Welcome to Lesson 7 in Unit 21, From Sun to Food. In this lesson, students will work together to answer the question, how are energy and matter recycled in ecosystems? In this lesson, students analyze the data from their decomposition experiment. Students figure out that decomposers are present in soil. They recycle matter back into the ecosystem by breaking down dead organisms into nutrients that go into the soil. Students make connections to the storyline by realizing the pizza farm also has decomposers in its soil. The cycle of matter and flow of energy on the farm is similar to that in the ecosystem, starting with sunlight and moving through producers, consumers, and decomposers, and then back into producers again. There are several opportunities for ELA cross-curricular connections throughout the lesson. You can look for specific standard connections in the Unit 21 Teacher Guide. This lesson will take approximately 4 to 5 days to complete. To begin the engage portion, you'll bring out the cups from the investigation from Lesson 5. Have students record their final observations in the Decomposition Investigation Student Journal page. You'll revisit the driving question board and add new questions and highlight others connected to the learning goals of this lesson by calling attention to how soil gets nutrients, what happens to things when they die, or how energy and matter are recycled in ecosystems. For the Explore portion, you'll divide students into groups and encourage them to use their Decomposition Investigation Student Journal page to share their observations from the investigation and discuss the group questions. If the investigation didn't show enough breakdown of the plant matter, you can show students other provided examples of decomposition over time. Then, you'll have students answer the questions in the Decomposition Investigation Student Journal page. In the Explain portion of the lesson, students will engage in a class discussion about their observations and learning from the activity. Use the provided questions to guide your discussion around the question, how are energy and matter recycled in ecosystems? The goal of this class discussion is to analyze student observations in order to help students understand the role of decomposers in soil. You will use the discussion to create the Lesson 7 summary chart. From the discussion, students should understand that the soil on the pizza farm contains decomposers. When plants and animals die on the farm, the decomposers break down the matter and energy in them. Some of this matter becomes a part of the soil and adds nutrients to it. New plants grow in the soil, and the nutrients recycle into them. To further support students in your discussion, you'll show the video, Soil is Alive. During the discussion, you can post and discuss the bacteria and fungus or fungi vocabulary cards. You'll then have students revise their answers to the question in the Decomposition Investigation Student Journal page. For the Elaborate portion, you'll finish Pass the Energy Please using the Read Aloud guide. You'll ask students what components they should add to their pizza farm models. You'll make a Gotta Have It checklist for students to use for revisions. You'll have students add to their pizza farm models and labeled explanations on the Pizza Farm Model Student Journal page. You'll have them work in small groups and use the Pizza Farm Model Rubric Student Journal page and peer feedback table tent cards to provide feedback to each other. You'll also give students time to think, pair, share about how the matter and energy gets into their pizza. You'll let them use their Pizza Farm model to help them construct their explanations. For the Evaluate portion, you'll have students complete the Quick Check Ecosystems Student Journal page. To support student sense-making across the unit, orient them back to the driving question board. Ask, what did we learn about how energy and matter are recycled in ecosystems? And what additional questions do you have now? By the end of this lesson, students will have explained the importance of decomposers in the movement of energy and matter in ecosystems. In Lesson 8, students design a pizza farm and explain how different species meet their needs on the farm. For the optional Extend, students can research and discuss the decomposition rates of several different materials. For more information about this unit, visit mysitepartners.com.